It was difficult. It wasn't an easy, the classes were challenging. Being in the small settings, it was a challenge, but I so value that because my professors knew if I was in class and if I wasn't in class. I made friends with my peers, and so I was able to ask for help if I needed it. The university team and staff. So if I needed help, I was able to go and find that help. So I think that if there was a challenge, the university was always here to support us, and that made a huge difference. And then offering opportunities beyond the university. So whether it was internships or career opportunities, they were always there to be able to offer that as well, and I really appreciated that.
Hey guys, welcome back to Bold. My name is Isabel, and in this episode of Bold, we talked to Gloria Bounds, a University of St. Thomas two-time alumna who is so involved in her community. In this episode, we talk about finding her community here at the University of St. Thomas during her undergrad and how she used that to build her community right now in the greater Houston area. But before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and YouTube at Max Studios UST to stay in the loop and get a behind-the-scenes sneak peek at everything that we're working on. Now, let's jump into this episode of Bold with Gloria. Hi, Gloria. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Gloria Bounds, and I am a proud alum of University of St. Thomas, class of 2003, and I completed my MBA and graduated in 2005 with my MBA in finance.
Whoa, nice. And how was your experience at UST? Why'd you pick UST? How was that whole thing like?
My father had family that attended University of St. Thomas, and he always admired the university. And he's the one that encouraged me to attend. I came from a very large high school, so this was a change for me to come to a smaller environment. But once I came, it was called UST Fridays. They would have them, and we'd get to spend the night and stay with students that lived in the dorms. Came to a UST Friday, got to go to an open mic night, had a great time, and then I was sold.
Yeah? What was it that sold you?
The culture here is really what sold me and what kept me here. And it's when I decided to return to complete my master's, it's what made me come back.
Yeah, I feel that too. And how was your undergrad? What was that experience like? Were you involved?
So yes, I was very involved in the university as an undergraduate. I was a communication major, so I was involved in the communication side, international studies, did a lot with them. I was a presidential ambassador. I served as chair of program council, was very involved with that. So I tried to get involved with as much as I could in all aspects of the university.
Whoa, dang, that's so cool. And what was your favorite part about UST in your undergrad?
My favorite part of UST as undergrad was there were so many great opportunities that I had. Being an intern here at the university and working for the communications group was amazing. I got to work with Sandra Solis, which was, really did help me to go out and to get a job in the future. And then, of course, leading program council was, which was now Student Activities Board, which was then program council. So I served as the chair as that, which was an amazing opportunity. It was like having a real job on campus, and I got a stipend for that. And I got to lead many committees and many other students that led their own committees. I was a presidential ambassador, and so I got to give tours and host prospective students, and that was always nice to be able to share my experience with them. I was a member of the Student Organization of Latinos. It was called SOL back then, so it was a great opportunity to network and some culturally diverse activities as well.
Dang, so you did it all.
I did. I don't know how I did it, but we did it. It was a great time, and I think the culture had a lot to do with it. And having my friends here and the academic opportunities that we have as well, and that we had, and being able to just be engaged, that was my favorite part.
Nice. Okay, and then so why'd you come back and do your master's here?
Well, I was working in nonprofit at the time. I took a year off and I decided I wanted to come back to go get a business degree because I needed to have the business background in addition to my communications. And I was working at the Children's Museum of Houston in the Museum District, which is right down the street. Yeah. I decided to come back to the university. It was very close. It was convenient. They had a great master's program. They had small classes. And for me, that was really important. I was not a finance or a business background, so it was a challenge for me. And so the small classes really did help for me to be able to complete that master's degree in finance.
Nice. Whoa. And so how did the university prepare you professionally and going into like the corporate world?
The university really did instill many things in me. And one, I learned about service here, I learned about diversity here, and I learned about collaborating with the community here. And all of those three, little did I know that would lead me to my career in community relations and being able to take that foundation of service and being able to use it in my everyday life right now in my career.
Dang. So like how so? How do you do it now?
So on behalf of Centerpoint Energy, which is where I've worked for 15 years, I help to manage their community relations group. And there's a group, and we're all over the U.S. in 6 different states, and we manage a foundation that has a $17 million budget, and it's a competitive grant process where organizations apply, and we have to grade the organizations and distribute grants from the foundation on behalf of Centerpoint Energy. And that sense of community really did train me to do the job that I'm doing today.
Yeah, because we're so involved in the community at UST, and now you're involved in the Houston area community.
The greater Houston community, exactly. And it taught me a lot about diversity, and I think that's really important to be able to diversify who we support and what we support and the causes we support. And then the sense of service, and that goes back to what I do now, and not only personally, but with our employees, and teaching and instilling that sense of service with our employees.
Yeah, dang. And how do you do that?
I think with how we instill that sense of service with our employees is educating them, and just teaching them about the opportunities that exist in the organizations that exist. We try to get employees on boards of directors to lead. And so once they get that opportunity to lead, many times they are instilled with that sense of service and then can share it with their peers. So that's one way that we instill that sense of service. Volunteer projects are very easy, and people love those, and they involve their families, and it kind of just starts to instill that sense of service with their entire family. Yeah.
Okay. And so the university, do you think it prepared you for life and for everything that you're doing?
I think it really did. In so many ways. Mm-hmm. One, it was difficult. It wasn't an easy, the classes were challenging. Being in the small settings, it was a challenge, but I so value that because my professors knew if I was in class and if I wasn't in class. I made friends with my peers, and so I was able to ask for help if I needed it. The university team and staff. So if I needed help, I was able to go and find that help. So I think that if there was a challenge, the university was always here to support us, and that made a huge difference. And then offering opportunities beyond the university. So whether it was internships or career opportunities, they were always there to be able to offer that as well, and I really appreciated that.
Yeah, nice. And I think that that's still something going on today. I feel the same way. I know who to ask for help, and I know that it's okay to ask for help. So it's the community hasn't changed at UST.
Yeah, and that's why us as alum, we're here, and we are here to be a resource too to the students. And whether that be a simple email or let's have coffee and I like to discuss your career path, I think that many of us are open to that. I didn't necessarily know about that when I was a student, but I think it's becoming more common now, and I think that that's why we do what we do, and that's why Jesse and I come back and want to support the school, because we want the students to be able to have opportunities and go on and to achieve great things and to succeed in their careers and to go on and pursue more. I
never thought about asking an alumni for help.
Yeah, I mean, you should. I think that all of us are here and we want to help. I think, some of us have more time than others, but I think that there's a great opportunity, and it's a chance for alumni to be able to give back. Maybe you don't have the time or the money, but maybe you have a chance to grab coffee with someone, or you have, even if it's a simple tour of your workplace, or, I know that there's a Rising Star program. Yeah. So many people, Jesse has a Rising Star student that works with him. So I think that there's many opportunities to be able to give back. And even it's as simple as asking an alum or past student, if they have time to just have a quick discussion about a career opportunity.
That's such a good tip, and I've never thought about that. Dang, thank you. So why do you love to give back to the university?
I just want every student to be able to have the opportunity like we did. Mm-hmm. The camaraderie, the friendships that I formed here are so special, and the academics and all of that on top just made it such a special experience. And I just want every student that wants that to be able to achieve that. And we can only do that because it's very costly, and any kind of graduate experience or any kind of college experience is so expensive. Mm-hmm. And by us giving back and coming back and doing events and fundraisers and that sort of thing, we're trying to help students to achieve and to be able to have the experiences that we had.
That's so sweet. Yeah. Because you love UST?
I do love UST. It's been a great experience. My sister came to school here.
Really?
My husband came to school here. We got married here at the Chapel of St. Basil.
Oh,
so
that's beautiful.
We just love the university, and I love everything it stands for. And I think it's such a star here in Houston. It's such a hidden gem. A lot of people don't know about it. And I want that to not be the case. And I want students to be able to come and have the opportunity to.
Okay, so I know you're also the advisory board chair of Latin Women's Initiative. Talk about your work doing that.
Latin Women's Initiative is an amazing organization, a nonprofit, volunteer-led organization here in Houston. And our mission is to help Latina women and their families here in the greater Houston area. So each year they host an amazing fashion show that benefits 5 to 6 charities a year. And so it's an amazing event, and it's an amazing organization. Like I said, volunteer-led, and the advisory board is who I work with, and I chair that. I served on the board for 6 years, and after that, I was asked to return as an advisory board chair, and we advise the organization with any needs that they may have as they arise.
So in all the different aspects that you do and you work, it's all about community, right?
Absolutely.
Why?
I think, LWI, Latin Women's Initiative, they're all about community, and they find those hidden gems in those smaller nonprofits that many times have not had the opportunity to shine. And so we bring them to the forefront. And during that big fashion show, we highlight them and to encourage people to give to them. So I think for us and for me, that sense of community is interwoven in everything that I do.
Yeah.
Whether it's personally and getting involved with my children and their schools and to help others be able to have opportunities they didn't have. Whether it's the University of St. Thomas and giving students the opportunity to be able to attend University of St. Thomas and have the great experience that I had. And then through nonprofit service and board service like Latin Women's, and finding those organizations that need the help. Yeah.
Why is community so important to you?
My family, I think, is a big driver behind what I do. And, my mom and dad did not come from a lot. And I think that I look at that, and it really encourages me to do more to help our community, to help all women, to help Hispanics, to help all people that need a little bit of help at times, and to basically be able to lift them up and to do more.
And so what's next for you? What are you currently working towards?
So we are chairing Two Saints and a Taco, obviously, for University of St. Thomas. So we're co-chairs with John and Catherine Ruff. So we're really excited to be honorary co-chairs of that event and hoping to raise a lot of money for the university scholarships. I will continue to serve on the board of Latin Women's Initiative as the advisory board chair for the coming year, and a couple of other nonprofit opportunities that'll come my way. And then with my job, I love what I do, and I hope to be able to continue to serve the community by working in community relations for years to come.
That's amazing. Congratulations with everything that you're doing.
Thank you. And this has been really fun to be able to come back to the university and to see the great work that everyone is doing here and the success that the students have.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Thanks so much. Hey guys, so if you're a senior or you're an alumni who's not currently involved, check out the Alumni Association. They're doing amazing things. Two Saints and a Taco, Christmas in the Mansion. Go check them out. Stay bold, my friends.